Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Maz. As I sort of provide a disclaimer every time, that's as far as I'm going to go with the name, so I don't risk absolutely butchering it and potentially offending somebody and whatever. So we're on Maz here for episode 5. Yeah, we're cruising along. We were cruising along anyways until the last episode. If you remember, at the end we sort of discovered some weird glitches happening with all of our. It seemed like within a certain range, our greenhouses had gone from. So, for example, if they had 20,000 liter capacity, for whatever reason, it showed a 5 million liter capacity, and the water never subsided. So it was like everything was just auto filling. The silo, which now we have a new silo, that I'll talk about that in a second while we're rocking, should have only had 5,013 liters of oats, but all of a sudden it had 30,000 liters of water, which I'd never put any water in there. And then it started showing straw, of which we had never put any straw in there. If you remember, we were only putting straw into the fermenting silo. So really weird there. And then the BGA started accumulating straw, and of which I never put straw. Like, I didn't even activate the. There's a straw, like you can activate straw digestate, where I guess you can just put straw in, it'll create digestate. Well, we didn't activate that, but it was doing it itself. So a lot of weird little things happening there, which was not cool. So anyways, we've worked hard to kind of make ourselves whole again. So what it looked like was happening, the silo that we had, it was and I'm likely this is not due to the mod itself. It's probably some combination of stuff that I have going on, but the silo was Omatana. It was a $5,000 silo. It's like a little drive over multi-fruit silo. Looked like it was the issue. It was creating its own I don't even know what to say. Basically it was auto filling the productions, and it was screwing up the BGA, and anyways, all kinds of stuff was going wrong there. So again, likely it was a combination of things that I had, or mods that I have or whatever, and I inadvertently screwed something up. But anyways, regardless, it couldn't continue if we were going to play this. So I got rid of the offending silo, and I basically set everything back to as close to what it should be without the sort of magic of that silo. And then corrected my money and corrected the inventory level. So like if you look now, there's 5,000. I couldn't make 5,013 liters, but there's 5,000 liters of oats in there. Productions have normal capacities. I've topped up the water. The BGA is running normally now. There's no straw. Actually, let's go in there and we'll set the electricity to sell. I kind of just locked everything down while I was trying to figure out what was going on. But we'll change the output mode to selling. So there was a beautiful tree that I had right next to the silo. I really liked that. Well, I ended up having to lose that, which is what was, and then I loaded the trailer here, which was what was in there. I don't think we're going to go right away here to sell any wood. I just wanted to, basically I was trying to pick away, because I cut that one tree down over by the silo, so I had to do something with the wood there, so I loaded it into the trailer. The wood over here is not really in anybody's way, but I figured while I was kind of there, I'm probably loading an impossible. This is probably going to be impossible to deliver. Ooh, actually, I just had an idea. So in today's episode, as usual, we've managed to pick up a couple of soybean harvests. There's a corn harvest and a sunflower harvest too, which I just don't see ourselves doing. I mean, I don't know there's enough of an upside to do that. I would just as soon get the harvests done that are available, and then, you know, if we want to sell some wood or we want to sell some products, and then really just move into the next month, because there's no sense, you know, hanging out in this month When really, I mean, we kind of want to get to spring where we can start to purchase property and you know, figure out how we're going to move forward as farmers. Got some stuff over here at the store. Okay, so let's get the header on this thing. This thing spawned kind of weird, so we may have to push the header with it, since the header is right up against the fence. Perfecto. Okay, so we are going to figure out where we're supposed to go. I don't even know where these fields are. There's 2 harvests. I should say there's 2 contracts. Okay, we got one down here by our farm and one over here just down the road. So maybe we'll go do this one first, and then we'll go do this one, because once we're done at this one, we may use the tractor that we've been given to use for the for carting here. We may use it to grab our log trailer quickly and get our logs over to the sell point. I'm sure no one will mind, right? As long as we don't get caught. So one thing that I've had on my mind, so we're generating digestate right now, of which it's basically useless to us. We could use it as a fertilizer if we had a field, I guess. But you burn through it super fast. And anyways, there's a processing yard that we can purchase, which I think have on. Well, by the time you see this, Comlands may be done, but if you've watched any of Comlands, you'll have seen the yard that I have to process digestate, and then I've put it on to Valley Springs also. So it's available. It's in the mod hub. I don't see an issue with putting it into this map here, but I do want to buy a specific lot so I can place it there. So we may buy some land in this episode or next, so we can take that digestate. It's not taking up any space, because obviously we've got a decent capacity. I think we got 100,000. Is it 100,000 liter capacity that we got to work with? So we have a decent capacity, but I think just getting some sort of starting to see that kind of money turnover would be good. Now, as far as property, I think I've sort of determined what direction I want to go there. We've been on this one plot that I'm thinking about. It's got some options right around it for fields. Yeah, it looked like a good opportunity. So I just can't remember how much it is, but it may be where we go and purchase. Now, there'll be some grass over there that we can take care of, meaning mow it and then throw it into BGA to start, or throw it in the fermenting silo to begin fermenting it, and then turn that into power and all the good stuff. So that's a bonus. So judging by the size of this field and the other one, I don't know how much straw we're going to pick up today, but it'd be nice to get like another 50 or 60,000 liters. Did I just see? I think I just might have seen our daily collectible. Let me put my 4-way flashers on so people know that I'm not going anywhere. Let me jump this. Yo. I thought I saw a... Oh, I thought I saw something in the bathtub, but I did not. So while we're over here, though, let's take... Oh, there's something in that. I believe that is a collectible, right? A water trailer. Oh, let's remember there's another one right here. I'm not going to grab it. Obviously, we're only grabbing one per day, but... okay, well, let's remember it's like basically the building almost right next to the... almost right next to the store. Oh, we must have sold some electricity too. So we started the day with about $120,000. We just picked up $1,000 for the collectible, so it put us about 121, and then I guess we got about $3,000 for the roughly 10 or 11,000 liters of or units of electricity. I don't think it's a kilowatts that we had stored. I don't know what the what the measurement is, but and we can probably just stage ourselves up here. Okay, you know what? I just noticed the guy's not even not even half full yet, so I think we've got time. So let's see if we can get this done. Let's grab the load of wood. We'll take that over to the sell point. Then we will drop the trailer back off at our yard, and then we'll grab the forage wagon and bring that over here, because then we can kind of get a jump on the straw while we're waiting for the harvester. Making the best use of our time today, folks, because yeah, I think I would like to kind of take a hard look at whether or not we can grab a piece of land and get. I think the investment for the processing for the slurry and the digestate and that, I think is about $50,000 or $60,000. So that's like half of our money. That's a little wild. Now I'm trying to think if I sold anything on Valley Springs. I cannot remember how lucrative it was. I know it's definitely worth the money, and in not too long it pays for itself. On Comlands, it's ridiculous because I'm on easy economy and the money's just insane. Oh, there's a collectible up there. I just saw one on top of that house. Okay, so if we can remember, it's funny because in the last episode I said, I know there's one down by that the big sort of building down in the far south. I was trying to think. I'm like, I know we saw another one somewhere that I said, hey, when we need one, we'll be able to come here and get it. And then I completely forgot where it was. We're gonna have to check the sale here. Also, I don't know if anything's showing up, or I don't even know really what we would need right away. The only thing I can think of, if we saw like a more powerful tractor, obviously, than we have right now, probably wouldn't be too hard to find anything more powerful than the little tractor that we've been working with. But yeah, if we found something that worked, we know we're gonna need one. I don't think we're gonna get away with this kind of foolishness often. It's not foolishness, it's just being opportunistic. Yeah, I mentioned Comlands. I don't know whether I'll still be on Comlands by the time you see this episode. Things have just escalated way too far. I just can't handle it. It's just like too much going on in that map for me. Unless I'm having fun, but oh gosh, it's just too much. Like I don't know that's easy economy and way too many productions and stuff happening is maybe not my idea of a good time. All right, let's see what we get. I say that all cocky, like, there you go. 11 grand, perfect. I'll take it. I say that like I know where the sell point, the trigger for the sell point is, but anyways. Okay, let's stick to our original plan. Let's rip back to the farm. We'll grab the forage wagon, and then we'll head over. Even if the guy's full and has to wait for a minute, that's not the end of the world. There's a radio in the combine, and oh yeah, full tank. All right, let's get over there. All right, we're almost there. I only got about 20 text messages from the worker wondering where I was. As I was driving, I was wondering, so this, like I said, this is episode 5. I've essentially will have recorded 5 episodes before even editing an episode, let alone the release date, which is around the 11th or 12th, when this series will start to go live. I'm curious to see, so I know obviously Crustu will be doing this challenge playthrough, and I think he mentioned there was at least one other person that he said that he knew of that was going to do it, and I can't remember who he said, but by the time this airs, obviously I'll know. So it'd be interesting to see how everybody kind of attacks. I think we've sort of said the same thing on Comlands, right? It'd be interesting to see how everybody goes about doing the challenge, but it's true. I don't think no crop destruction when it's a contract, so I always got to double check anyways. But yeah, just because there's a few different ways that you can go about this, obviously. We're all starting with the same starting lot, which obviously, I'd be surprised if there's somebody that starts there and doesn't cut trees down, because it's just there for you, right? It's just money. It'd be different if we started with a lot that didn't have trees. Obviously there's no forestry right away if there's no trees, but we'll see how that goes. Just realized the forecast looks like it's calling for rain. Hopefully we'll be okay. Well, this is at 60%, so shoot, I guess we'll let this guy do an up and down, and then I don't think he's gonna make it. Do you think that's half the field? I think we're gonna have to deliver a load to. Let's do this. We'll get him. We'll run up beside him on this last run here, and then we'll go unload this at the sell point. Let me just double check to see where that's supposed to be. Yeah, the usual. We'll probably end up spending just as much on the worker today as we get paid for the contracts. But really, it's not so much the, you know, I mean, $2,000 is nice that we're going to make, but I'm kind of after the straw. Because I have a sneaking suspicion we'll make more on the straw after it's fermented than we will on the wages that we get paid for these harvests. All right, let's go take this to the delivery point there. Ooh, there's a little bit extra there. We'll be able to get the straw off after. I mean, getting the straw off is not obviously the concern. It's harvesting, because we don't want to see a drop in yield. Not yield. We don't want to see a reduction in the amount of whatever, the effectiveness of the harvest. Anyways, we don't want to see a problem there. All right, let's look at the. We want to look at the weather quickly. Okay, it's not until, what is that, 3 o'clock, so we got lots of time, unless it rains early, but it looks like we're okay for a bit. So that's what we have in the used market. Anyways, yeah, that was a, have you had a game go bad on you at any time? I mean, essentially you had about 20 hours into the map and then discovered those issues at the end of the last episode. And you sort of take a moment there sometimes, like, oh, do I just detonate the entire thing, or do I go and try to figure out how to fix it? And it's always worth taking a few minutes. I mean, in the end, it was just a matter of, you know, removing things. Like, so I removed the water tap first, and then saved, you know, went out and came back in, and that didn't fix the problem. And then thankfully I didn't have a lot of stuff to worry about. I wasn't going to remove any of the productions right away, like the greenhouses and that, because I didn't think they'd be causing the problem. So I mean, the fact that the silo was holding things that I didn't put in there, I thought might sort of lead me to believe that was the problem, and turns out it was. So I was able to delete it and then reload into the game, and all of the everything got set back to its proper capacities and everything. So it was kind of fairly easy to figure out what the issue was. No idea why it was like that. That's kind of the bigger question. And then you know, so I was a little bit leery even placing the next silo in there, but I went with a different mod creator, thinking maybe it was just something load, you know, that Omatana had coded into her mod because she wanted to do something specific that weren't going to work for me. So anyways, we should be good now. All right, I think we take a chance every time we do this, but let's take this shortcut. The shortcut that isn't a shortcut. All right, so we go around the bush. Oh. If I go through here, we're almost not running over the guy's crops. That's maybe a better option, isn't it, than trying to get through the ditch? Paid $600 in wages so far, it looks like. Yeah, because we just hit the hour. We're getting paid a collective... I don't remember who I bought. I think borrowing the vehicles is going to cost us like let's say it's $300. So I mean, we're roughly $2,500, about $2,200, and we've already paid. What did I just say? That was $600 in no short-term memory. I think, did I just pay $600 in wages? So yeah, by the time we're done, we'll have likely paid close to what we're going to make in wages. Ooh. Wow, that guy's fast. So I did get the notification that our worker has completed their job, so that's good. We'll get that thing unloaded and we'll move the harvester over to the next field. Let's get the harvester up here. Oh, look at it. Oh yeah, okay, so I didn't actually do a headland up here, so I guess that they can be forgiven. Look at all this straw. I bet you, like, I wonder if like an up and down is going to be a full load, or whether let's say it takes 3 passes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 40. I bet so. There's probably about 50,000 liters of straw on this field. That's my guess. My guesstimate. We'll see how close I come by the end. So I can get 50 off of here, and then if the next field is like half the size, you know, we get 75,000 liters of straw today. That would be good. No wonder the worker didn't want to get this corner. There's a tree and a bush. I really should have taken a better look at this before I sent him off. Well, let's look at the map and figure out where we're going next. I wonder if I can fit through those woods. I guess it's worth a shot. Yeah, we'll try that. We'll head across. See if we can fit through the woods there. I think we could. And then we're just over in the back corner here. Yeah, the colors are crazy. I wonder when first snowfall is going to be. I don't want to jinx us, but I mean, we're into November now. Although it's 21 degrees Celsius right now, and it was a high of 25. All right, so it's a balmy November. Gosh, I wish. It's like beginning of April here in real life, and we just got a massive snowstorm. I was gonna say I'm really digging up this area here. It's a little bit of foreshadowing there, but honestly, I don't think you can go wrong no matter where you end up on this map. It's kind of nice no matter where you go. It's like a swamp water in the backyard of that place we just passed. Oh, look up in the tree there. The collectible in the tree. Okay, obviously we need to keep our eyes open everywhere. No, it looks like I can probably access that field through this guy's yard. Might even be his field. Okay. It's another rectangular field. All right, well, I'll get the headland done, and then we can spend some more money on workers, I guess. All right, so we got the worker going. I think what we're going to do is we're going to head over there first before we head up to the drop-off point, so we can at least grab what we can from the harvester now. It's kind of just the same to go down a little bit and across here and then back up versus going right up right now with not a full load, so that should work out well. Yeah, I'm like so on the fence. I'd love to do this in a live stream because then I could ask questions and see if we can get live answers. But I'm so on the fence. We have enough money to purchase a number of different lots. There's a lot that I saw which is actually like it has a field and it has forest. So I kind of want to go in there and guesstimate how much money we would make taking the trees off this lot, and if we can determine that, you know, we would be able to buy the lot, forest it, like deforest it, and then with what we sell, recoup the money we spent on that lot. Now we would have a lot with a field, and we would and we sort of be right where we are, back again where we are right now with the money, and then, you know, we could look at that next lot. I think like that would be a good you know, farming business decision. If you could, you know, essentially purchase a lot, sell all the wood, and make all your money back, but now be left with an actual field. Because if you think about our starting lot there has a field, right? So we'll be able to plant that and then farm it. If we get ourselves another field, so if we end up with another field, then that could be a bonus for us. Here, let's just loop through here. Sorry, I was trying to think about where I was going to turn. We'll try this way. We know we can get to that farm over there, but let's just see what this way looks like. There's our harvester over there. I have a sneaking suspicion that the farms on this map that are pre-built perhaps cannot sell the buildings. I think I will maybe test that quickly, because I mean the other thing, if we buy a lot that has buildings on it and we can sell those buildings to somebody, then they can repurpose them somewhere else, then maybe that'll help us. We'll make a couple bucks off the sale of the existing buildings, and then we'll have that to be able to spend on our farm. So we'll have to take a look and see what is what. Oh, I guess the entrance to this field really is the other side. This is just ditch over here. So all right, well, if we enter the next field, oh yeah, right there. Let's get into this one, and then we'll just drive through the dirt. There's no crops here, so I don't feel too bad. Our other tractor, like our own tractor, would never make it through there. Here we go again. I know I should just set my cruise control. But I use the cruise control when we drive around, so I don't want to have to keep resetting the... I don't want to have to keep resetting the speed, but this is bad, isn't it? My problem's twofold. One is maintaining a certain speed, and the other is going straight. I'm not going to fit the rest of what he's got going on there into here. So let's just take a look at how to get to the sell point from here. So we'll take this way just for fun, but we could probably just go right through the forest near our place. But let's loop around here. We'll go up to the farm, and then I don't think we've done this drive together, so we'll see what's up here. We might have, and I just don't remember. There's this lot right next to us here that we saw on an earlier drive, but the trees that are on there are not really money makers. They're more of just a pain in the butt. Yeah, so all we would end up doing is spending the time to clear the lot and deal with those horrific trees. I guess if we got a wood chipper, then we could potentially take all those trees and put them in the wood chipper. And I want to say, was there not a mod just recently? Well, it wouldn't be recently now because you're seeing this in the future, but I think there was a mod recently that was like a towable wood chipper. I wonder how affordable that would be. I don't know. We definitely have a decision to make. I don't want to make the wrong one. What's this little plot right here? Yeah, so there's an example. That's $73,000. But how much wood are we going to take out of that forest? Yeah, you got a little triangular lot there. The question would be, could we get basically seven full oversized trailer loads of wood? If we can get that out of there, then it's now paid for itself, and when we have a big field. This is nice through here. Those birch trees I don't think would be worth very much. Wait, where am I going? Oh, I just got rear-ended, didn't I? Oh, we're not there yet. Yeah, so this guy behind me just fully smoked the back end of my trailer. It's not even my trailer, man. I'm just working for somebody. Like, give me a break. Oh, harvester's done. So we're cooking along pretty good. Almost noon. Be lunchtime soon. I pulled over a second ago just to make sure there's no damage from that guy rear-ending us. Like, give me a break. I don't want to give this back to the farmer and have a huge dent in the back or damage or whatever. I've been taking these little side roads here, just looking for opportunities. Just scouting things out. There's a big kind of bush right here, but I don't know if it's got enough of the right trees for us. Where's that lot? This lot. Oh, that's a big lot. That's gonna be too much money. Yeah, that's $240,000. That might be a little overpriced there, guys. You might be a little ambitious with that price. Yeah, so many different ways you can go. I'm really... Currently, as we're driving, I'm thinking that finding something with some trees that we can take off would be a good idea. I mean, so I think about the amount of trees that we pulled off our lot. I probably got... I don't know, I can go and look and see how much wood we've sold in my stats. I don't know it's not 200,000, but wait, there's a straight stretch here. Let's just quickly check that. Sold wood. Oh yeah, we sold a lot of wood. So I mean, our lot, we took tons of wood off there. I think I just missed the shortcut. Yeah, we easily sold $200,000 worth of wood. Whatever, you know what? We'll get the work done we got to get done, and then we'll go scout around. We're not being forced to sell. I mean, the nice thing about this game is it's not like, you know, real estate pops up and then you got to make a decision before somebody else decides to buy it. You're literally forcing the sale. We can kind of just walk in and say, "I'm buying your property," and then it's ours, right? Anyways, okay, let's get this. Let me get this done, and we'll get that tractor unloaded, and then we will begin grabbing the straw before the farmers get suspicious and start looking for their equipment. All right, we're just coming over the hill here. The sell point is right down the road there. I don't know that were we chatting as I came through here the last time? It's got a kind of a neat feel through here, I think. It's cool as you come over the hill. All right, so after this, we're going to head down to grab the to start grabbing straw, basically. We got $840 bonus today. Oh man! All right, well, it just started raining on us, which I guess is not the worst. I've got one more row, I think, to pick up. We'll go back for it anyways. I don't want to leave any straw, and then we'll kind of go with the tallies. We'll get back here. We'll drop the forage wagon back off here. We'll probably use this tractor to go rip around a little bit and look at some property. But yeah, it just started pouring. I'm glad it didn't do that earlier, because it would have just created mud for us and would have made things a little more of a nightmare. But I do like the in-cab experience when there's rain, though. It's kind of cool with the sound of the rain hitting the cab, and the I can't hear the wipers in this one, but you can at least get the rain sound. The funny thing is, if you ever, we'll test this after if we remember, but I think when you're using an open cab tractor and you do first person view, I think it's still programmed to give you this kind of like inside the vehicle sort of feel sound or whatever, even though obviously the raindrops are just hitting you in the head, not hitting the roof of your vehicle. So that was like quite a bit of driving. I've been spending so much time thinking. I'm so on the fence, guys. I don't even know what route to go. I still keep thinking, yes, find a combo property that has field and forest, so that way if you can cut the forest down, sell it, and then break even and still end up with the field, that's perfect. And yes, that totally sounds amazing. Then there's a couple lots that are just forest, right? So you could potentially even make a couple bucks there. I don't know. Ooh, it's a little harder to pull this thing now that it's raining. And then obviously I could just buy a flat lot and put the slurry yard, which is going to be where we're going to process our digestate. But I think if we can make our dollars before we just straight up commit to that field or that lot or whatever, if we can invest and pick up a piece of property and get the money out of the wood, then I guess we're better off. I don't know. I'm definitely on the fence, but we're going to drive around and look at a couple things together that I had my eye on, and we'll see if we can kind of guesstimate what we're going to get out of the field, and then we'll go from there. But so how many, I don't even know. I just didn't even keep track of how many loads we took out of there. I want to say I got maybe 4 or 5 out of this side. So I bet it was probably all in all maybe 110 or 120,000 liters of straw is my guess. The only bonus to this last contract was that the drive was fairly short to get back to the yard. So if you can see, we're sitting with about 175,000 liters of straw in here. I want to say when we started the day we had about 120 or something like that, but we've also been distributing. I had distribution set up again. So we've been generating electric charge, digestate, and silage has been pouring into here. So if you look at the 34,000 liters of silage that's up in there, we're 800, so 5, 15, 22. So at around 3 o'clock, we would have sent silage over. So I don't know. We're up. Let's just go with that. Before we go for a drive, let's check our inventories here. Okay, oats are not a factor because we're gonna keep those for now. Let's just rip down here. Methane, we could set that to sell. I bet we could set methane to sell. There's no sense in, I mean, what do I have to buy to transport methane? And then really it's at the market stall, which is right on the corner anyways, which I think is the only place to sell methane. So the raisins are a good price right now, but yeah, I guess we'd have to check to see what the fluctuations are with that. But at a high price, if we can hit the high price with the oils, where we've got about 14,000 liters of dollars right there. Raisins and grape juice, there's another $15,000 there. The tomato sauce and the mixed salad, they're doing well too. So we got money in the bank, so to speak there. Okay, let me show you. There's a lot right across the road, which is maybe a first thought. It's one of the ones that is going to give us forest and a field. And there's actually probably 2 next to each other that would fit in our price range, provided we can get the money back out of the wood when we go to. Well, anyway, but if we can sell the wood and get the money out of it, then it's a good proposition. So let's turn in right here. Okay, so we have this field right here. And we have these woods right here. So let's just see what kind of trees are in this forest. And we'll see how far up we go. Ooh, not very far at all. So that's pretty much the line right where we are. This field is $50,000. So we'd have a field which is right on the road, nice easy access, and we would have some trees here. I'm going to assume that one's on our yard. I am going to eyeball this and say that there's 20-ish thousand. Let's see how far over this goes. Oh, we're right there already. So let's assume this tree's on the lot. 15 to 20,000 liters of wood, or dollars of wood, maybe closer to 10, somewhere between 10 and $15,000. So at 50,000, that's not breaking even. The next lot, this one here, is bigger, obviously. Captain Obvious. 52,000. So if I had to pick 50 or 49 or 52, so about $3,000 difference. So we're like, so we have some of the good trees, some of the bad trees. It's not a very, this forest is not very dense. Excuse me, yeah, so we're probably right about here as the corner. I mean, there's a fair amount, but I don't think that's a break-even scenario. So this was another one I wanted to go look at. It also has a building on it. What's the best way? Let's turn around here. Let's not get stuck because we are now in mud territory. I guess if we really get stuck, we'll just call the owner of the tractor and say, come and get your stuff, and then we'll just run around. But there's the trees. I can see the trees. It looks like we got a lot of the right trees. it's expensive. There's some big trees in there though, fully grown. I'm just looking, we're not at the top of the, it'd be nice if we were at the top of the hill for accessing the yard there, but we're not at the top of the hill. All right, so looking at these trees, that's got to be 10, 12. I'm gonna kind of guesstimate and say 2 of those big trees is 10 grand. I might be over a little bit, but 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 maybe. So it's the whole forest and then this field. Oh, don't get stuck. So I'd say there's probably $60,000 or $70,000 on this field, and it's 76,000. That's not a bad option. The only challenge though is our access is this road. There's no road at the bottom here. So there's not a huge amount of access to this. All right, let's head over this way now. So that's I would say that is a financially viable option, in that we could probably pull the money off of that, and enough to almost, if not all, pay for this field. Then we kind of got to look at the field and think, is it worth it? When we get, so let's say we bought it, I would consider plowing that, the wood lot there, and making a bigger field. I would consider that. Okay, let me just see where we are. Oh, okay, right over here is the flat lot. So over here is the building lots that I saw, or we saw together. Yeah, it's too bad the one on the left here has the wrong kind of trees. It's a great lot. So there's a farm here. It's funny, there's a farm you can't purchase. That one's got the gravel yard, and there's like a little quarry. But there's this sort of complex here of somewhat affordable pieces of property. It's kind of neat. It's right on the map edge, but they did a good job with the map edge here. It sort of looks like there's, you're getting into big farming once you get over here. There's a grass field, map grass anyways, a meadow. Here is a place that I could potentially purchase to put the slurry yard, but there's no resources on this chunk of land, really, short of being able to mow up some scraggly grass. But if I got the slurry yard over here to sell our digestate, and the reason why I'm saying over here is because there's room. I guess in reality, I could probably put it over in our initial starting forest too. If I was going to take the $55,000, that might be the better way to look at it. Because as once I'm over here now, I'm looking at this lot, and I mean, I guess if we're going to build a farm, maybe this is where we would want to do it. But and we have the grass across the road, and then we have access to all these sort of great fields through here. All right, not totally sold on that. Now, okay, let's go look at, there's a little triangular piece of property that we've seen together already. Let's go see if we can guesstimate the trees on this triangular piece of property and see if it's just I don't think it's a farming opportunity for us, more though so than it's a maybe an opportunity to just take the trees off and have it pay for the. Oh, actually, no, sorry. There's a field attached to it too. This little triangular piece we're going to go see. Yeah, I think we can turn here. So if we did end up with it, I believe it is a combo field and forest. God, so much weeds. All right, let's just hit the main road over here. This is a bit of a busy stretch here. I always see a lot of cars flying through here. Okay, field on the right-hand side is attached to the forest just ahead to the right. So let's go see what that forest is all about. There's a good entrance right there. And there's a little road in here. All right, for the most part, it's the right kind of trees. There's quite a few of them in there, actually. This is a pretty dense little corner. It kind of stretches to here before we get into the next field. Ooh, look at the size of that field. Wow, $81,000. $73,000. So the question is, if we were to buy this triangular forest with the other field attached to it, are we getting our money out of the woods? Let's go see. Roughly 10, that tree's useless. 20, let's say. 30, 40, 50. I'm going to guesstimate that we're somewhere. Oh, that's not ours. That wouldn't be ours. That's, I gotta make sure I'm counting on the right side. That's not a good tree. Whew, I'm going to guess that we're close. I think it's probably going to be somewhere in the 60s, $60,000 range that we're going to get. We're going to get out of the woods. Then we have some of these other trees which are just not any good to us. I could be like, I've never spent much time estimating the value of wood, so honestly, I don't know. I mean, this says it's 4,000 liters. And over here, is this like, does that mean that it's $4,000? And if that's the case, are there 20 of them in here? I don't know. Let's say worst case is we only get like $40,000 worth of wood off of here. We'll have but basically we could then, as long as it's cleared, we could expand this field and we'd be sorry, we could expand the field and then we'd have a bigger field, so we'd have a place to farm. I know this goes into our forest. We're kind of coming full circle to our lot. There's a nice big lot over there. So this is a neat little area here, which I think you've heard me call a bunch of places neat. But once we're done with the forest, it might not be as neat because everything would just be wide open. But it's a kind of a tucked away here. All right, yeah. So this ends right at a field, but then there's that forest right in front of us is the forest that we currently reside in. And then these are the fields that touch. These are the fields that touch the woods. Okay, let me just get through here. Let me get over to the forest here quickly, and then we'll see what comes with this field. I just don't want to get stuck. Whew, that's $107,000. You get a pond. Yay. And then you get the wood that's in here. I don't think there's $100,000 worth of wood in here. All right, well, I think we can all agree that we've got some thinking to do on where we're going to invest our money. I'm thinking that so November 1st, so we're probably right close to all contracts drying up, if not having already dried up. And by all contracts, I mean the ones that are going to give us the straw that we can continue to feed into our production here. All right, so we got about $2,300 there. We got almost $150,000 in the bank. Oh, hey, look, another soybean one popped up. Shoot, we could have grabbed that too, I guess. So if in the second day of November, which we're going to meet back here again in the next episode, we could potentially end up just milking out the rest of these contracts. Yeah, anyways, we'll probably end up, it may be the last month for us doing contracts. So at that point, we probably don't need to make a decision on whether or not we need to buy a forest yet, but I'll do some research in between and really try to flesh out an idea in the hopes that we'll have some direction. I don't plan on doing anything else with this yard other than literally just, having productions. We'll likely, in all likelihood, put more greenhouses on here, but so in that 50,000, it's 50,000 exactly, slurry yard. So that tree right there, that shrub right on the top corner, that's basically the corner of the lot. So we'd have to double check. I'd have to kind of play around with it, but we could sort of slide this in here. I mean, it would charge us $51,000 to place it, so it's not an astronomical amount of landscaping that would have to be done. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe instead of looking for a piece of property to put this on, we may already have a piece of property here. And then it's not too far for us to cart the digestate from the BGA to this. But we still look for a field/woods combo that we can break even. So far, I think that triangular one looks like it might be the best, or the one with the lake. And if we end up with some fields kind of all over the place, I'm not opposed to that. Really, it's just, trying to get opportunities as we can find them. Look at that. If we put it right there, it's only a $900 spend for landscaping. There's a good flat piece right in here somewhere. Anyways, I'm going to play around with it, do some math. We'll see what kind of surprises are in store when we hit the next episode. Thanks for putting up with my sort of stream of consciousness here as I kind of think through what maybe the next steps are. I mean, it's a little unfortunate that I'm not, recording an episode, asking a bunch of questions, waiting, and then, this is now the 5th episode, and like I said, we haven't even edited one yet. But I do know there's a ton of stuff coming up here. I've mentioned it time and time again. So if I can get a whole bunch of things pre-recorded and loaded, then I'll be always live in the comments, which is my favorite part of this anyways, chatting with you guys. So anyway, so that is the first day of November. This is the 5th episode here on Maz. Let's go check in with Crustu and insert other names here of anybody else that might be doing this, and we'll see what they're up to. But yeah, thanks so much, everybody. It's a rainy day. Take it easy.